Hello guys, welcome back to Active Fitness. Today we're just going to go through a few basic exercises that you can do to improve your physique. Yes, Peter?
Hey Anil, have you seen this? I think it could work. I found it on YouTube.
It's not going to work. This is it's a bullshit exercise. Okay, so as we mentioned before, we're going to go through a few basic exercises that you can do. Yes, Peter?
Anil, what about this one? She looks like she's very healthy and fit.
Yeah, you don't want to do that exercise. Okay guys, change of plans. We're going to have to talk about influencers and what they recommend and why you shouldn't do what they're doing. Yeah, I'm starting to sound like a broken record. Okay guys, so we're just going to go over the exercise that influencers give. So basically right about now there should pop up something on the screen and I should disappear. Thanks to the magic of editing. So one of these exercises is, well, let's just call it shit, because that's what it is. And the other one is, well, the correct one. So we're going to play actually now a game. You must pick which one is the correct one and which one is the incorrect one. So I'm going to give you a moment of silence that you can decide. Okay, moment of silence over. So which one did you pick? Well, leave down below in the comments which one did you pick. And the truth is, well, the one on the right hand side, well, that was a crappy exercise. The one that you want to avoid. So basically, I just like to call it a side bend. I'm not going to actually bother even finding its actual name out because it's crappy exercise. So the thing is, even the muscle lines actually doesn't go that way. It basically doesn't go from your rib cage all the way down to your hip in a straight line. It runs more actually, well, across the body. So, while exercise number 2, well, it's a bit more healthier for the spine also, because this actually depends on the rotation, which actually your external obliques wants to do. It can cause a side bend like this, but it's not its actual main function. So the thing, if we want to actually see if the exercise will help improve your muscles, you actually want to see how the muscle fibers go. And from there, you actually can see if this exercise will actually cause contraction there. So for example, the side bend exercise. Your muscle fibers, your external obliques in this case, will actually not contract so much as if you were to do a rotation. So this can actually cause, well, you're basically just wasting your time doing that exercise. Plus, with the side bend, as you would notice, most people would say, for example, in deadlift, you need to make sure that your spine stays straight in a neutral position, no bending, because then you will hurt your spine. So my argument that I want to actually propose to you guys is, if you're going to have a weight in this one hand over here and you do a side bend, aren't you actually doing the opposite of what everyone tells you to do when you're doing a deadlift? Because you're actually putting load on the body and you're actually putting your spine in a compromised position. And everyone says with a deadlift, well, don't bend your spine, keep it flat. Just saying, guys. So my actual thing is, I want you to think about the exercises that influencers give and ask these questions. So now we're going to move on to number 2, and that is diet and nutrition. So most influencers will probably promote some new protein shake, BCAAs, and so on. So the thing is that you need to also take in consideration with these things is that most of them, well, BCAAs, there'll be a little research done into them, and there's actually a lot of stuff that proves that they don't work as well as these influencers would like to think. And, well, first question that you should be asking when they promote these things is, are they getting paid by these companies? Isn't it in the best interest actually to promote these brands? does it actually mean that they're even using these brands? Just think about that for a few seconds in this awkward moment of silence. Okay, awkward moment of silence over. So now we actually want to go over what you actually want to do. So actually you want to actually first just sort out your diet. You don't need to go spend 300-400 rand or dollars, wherever you are in the world, on supplements. If you're a beginner, you can actually spend rather on your diet. Yes, there are some convenience to some supplements like whey protein. It helps you actually get more protein in if that is lacking in your diet. And it is very convenient. You just throw it in with water and shake, and then you can drink it. But always, there's so many supplements out on the market, it starts becoming a little bit overwhelming. So if I was to recommend 2 supplements that is proven, I would first recommend creatine monohydrate and then whey protein. And from there, from my side, I'm not going to recommend anything else. Okay, and for my third, let's go with case against influencers. So now we go with nutrition, diets, and all of this stuff. Now a lot of them say they're on this diet, that diet, but at the end, just because they look shredded, have a very low body fat percentage, doesn't mean what they're doing is necessarily healthy. So this actually means, trust me, if you were to cut half of your carbs out, or actually your calories intake in half, you'll actually become very lean after time period. But this doesn't mean that it's right. The thing is, there's a right way of doing something, and then there's what we like to call the crash diets, or actually what most of your dietitians will tell you. And the fact of the matter is, just because, like I've mentioned, they look good, doesn't mean they're healthy. So, to sum it all up, ask first, what is the qualifications? If they are qualified actually to give this advice. So for example, I'm qualified as sports conditioning coach, so I can give advice surrounding exercises. I can judge someone else's exercises that are giving and ask those questions and tell you this is, a crappy exercise. I'm not so qualified actually to tell you to eat 4 eggs with brown rice every morning, like some of them are telling you. So what I'm trying to say is, guys, rather go to the professionals that are qualified to give this advice. Or even if someone that gives you advice, always question them. Don't just accept it. Because this can actually be your downfall. And do you really think they're going to care about you at the end of the day? They just got their money out of you. So ask these questions. Judge them by the exercises that they give to you. And then go and do research. Keep an open mind to a certain extent that it can be wrong. And otherwise, that's all that I have for this video to say. And next video that we're going to bring, we're actually going to do the original video before Peter interrupted me with all of this influencer nonsense. So, yeah, that's it.